Yo, what is up, everybody? Happy Friday. If you're wondering what I was listening to, if you're looking for some good work tunes, good trading tunes, Blue Sky, Black Death. Good shit. So thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. I wanted to make this quick trading video to go over. Today was huge, man. NFP. Sorry, the lighting's a little dark in here. There it is. I just turned it up a little bit. So we had NFP, we had unemployment, we had ISM data. It was a big day in the markets. It was a big miss for the dollar, and it was a great follow through for what we've been talking about in my VIP group. I have I had to turn my position around earlier in the year about the way I was viewing the dollar, gold, and I think we're getting into a good rhythm. And what's happening on the charts really starting to reflect that. What's happening fundamentally. Look, I mean, we got Trump about to be impeached. We have the Fed cutting interest rates and cutting, and we're done for the year. They might, who knows, maybe they'll cut in December. That would be insane if they did one more time. I doubt that will happen. We have the S&P 500 at all-time highs, and it's looking like a bubble that's about to pop. And we have gold rallying, right? So, and we have social unrest everywhere. There's protests happening, and it's a good time to buy gold, sell the dollar, and we have a turnaround on the euro too. So I want to keep this video pretty brief, but thanks for watching. I have an awesome trading community, and I didn't create it. It's taken a life of its own. I created it, but it's taken a life of its own. I'm very proud of it. I have a training program where I lay out exactly what I do, how I dissect the markets, my technical analysis, and then also my fundamental analysis, which I think happens through some osmosis, and people are watching my videos every day because I'm putting out new content nearly every day, but every single day for sure, except maybe on Saturdays I take a break. I'm in the chat room for my VIP group and really watching what everybody's saying, mentoring people, and we have a great time. So if you're interested in trading and markets and finance and learning something else, that's what I was when I started. I was like, man, I got to do something different. I was working construction. I was a ski bum. I was teaching fishing and stuff, but I wanted to break out of that. And here I am, very blessed. And we'd love to have you, man. No ego, no look at me type, Lambo type stuff, because it's hard out there trading, learning how to do this to really do it. And it's a lot easier having a team. So if you'd like to be a part of that, man, we would love to have you. So that being said, let's just go over what happened today in the markets. And we're going to just look at the data first. This was our non-farm payroll. And actually this number is a little low because there were revisions that were made after this number came out. So it's actually our target, what was forecasted was 90,000 new jobs created in the non-farm sector. And what happened is 128 came out, which is a big number. And that was actually revised to an even bigger number, which was 180,000. Unemployment was in line here. So I was hoping for a miss on NFP and a miss on some higher unemployment numbers because I'm bearish to the dollar. But, this kind of worked out perfectly because hour and a half after that, we had some negative manufacturing numbers. So which is actually more can more be forecasted of what's going to be happening in the future because NFP employment numbers and unemployment, are looking backwards into what has happened over the past month. Manufacturing PMI is a projection and is a little more current. So as you could say. So this is what is possibly predicted in the future. So this is a big deal because we had this number, like I said, was actually 180,000. Either way, 90,000, 128, 90,000, 180,000. That's a big win for the dollar. But nevertheless, we didn't get a big win today for the dollar. So what does that tell me? That's that's telling me the market's already made it up its mind about the future of the dollar. It really, being devalued, and it's a big deal, I think. So here we are on a technical basis, broken out of this wedge, right? So this was kind of old news. We broke out as a false breakout. Then we broke back above it. So you get one false breakout and then a breakdown. That's a big deal. You get one false breakout and then another breakout. It typically doesn't go back inside the wedge. So I would be very surprised to see that. And really what it means is it's off to the races. So what happened today as a group? We got an excellent buy right here. You can see our entry. Man, I was all over this. I sent the signal to the group, and I had a plan that I had the theory that we're going to get a slightly decent number. And today it was actually better than slightly decent. And the dollar would temporarily strengthen, and then I was going to fade the dollar strength. And what I mean by fade it is sell it. And that's exactly what I did here, right? So with the Euro USD, and if you hadn't been following my videos, and I know a lot of people in my group, when I sent that Euro USD signal, were like, dude, why is it a buy on Euro when NFT numbers were strong? But it's about tapping into really what's going on in the market behind the numbers. And you don't get into the zone every day, that's for sure. But I was feeling it today, and it was a great trade, right? So we're gonna lock it in here, stop loss at break even, and I knew that the 111.30 level was a big deal. We got back up, and as soon as I saw us retesting it and not being able to break down below it, I knew this was a buy, and I knew that the dollar is about to turn around. So that's the euro. We have. If this were to break down, we would have a double top here. But you know what? We're being supported by this 111.30 level. And I think we have some serious upside, 114.20, which is kind of the top of – it's not the top of this wedge. This wedge goes all the way back to 2017. So it's the neckline. Excuse me. Oh, dude, I was up early this morning getting ready for this. It's the neckline of this head and shoulder pattern. So I think it's going to be a great target. Will we go higher? Man, that would be super bearish for the dollar. But speaking of which, let's take a look at the dollar index. I've seen different looks on this from different analysts. This is what I had originally, and this was a breakdown out of this channel. This channel support here looks like a great target. I think it is one. The thing is, I'm going to keep that in place. Sorry, but I saw this today. And this looked very logical. How was this? How do you do it? Yes. It was like this, right? So if I remove this, what do we have here? A big ascending wedge. Ascending wedge is a reversal pattern. Typically, we broke down. We made this bearish flag here. All you gotta do is Google bearish flag. This is like from a textbook. And then we broke back down below it, back down below this trend line. And man, so take a look at this, right? So you see an inverted head and shoulders. You see this wedge. Let's go to Euro USD. What do you see here? The same thing upside down, because the euro makes up a large part of the dollar index. If the euro continues to break out, man, we can expect a super, super bearish dollar. Maybe some slight pullbacks here. And I think those little pullbacks are just going to be a great opportunity to, sell the dollar here. Or in other words, buy dips on Euro USD, buy dips on GBP USD, sell dollar CAD on pullbacks, and buying dips. My big play here, like I started this video and I've been talking about on my Instagram and more or less been ranting about, is this play in gold. That does not look good globally for markets. If you just think about things logically, things are breaking down. We got protests everywhere. I mean, if you saw what was happening in Barcelona right now, it's crazy. It's nuts, man. So, it's a scary time potentially. We got Donald Trump in there, whether you like him, you don't. The fact of the matter is, it appears that he broke a lot of laws and was being pretty corrupt. And, we have a constitution in place that protects us as a republic from doing that. Look, and I am about capitalism. I'm about trading. I'm about, anybody should be able to make whatever it is if they work hard enough for it. And they deserve to keep what they make, right? But at the same time, you can't walk around. You can't run a country like you're running a casino in Atlantic City. That's not cool. I think that the office of the president has a lot more dignity than he's brought, or I wouldn't say brought it to, reduced it down to on his Twitter feed. And I think it's pretty sad. But the thing is, I don't think he's going to go without a fight either. And, he probably just sit in there when they're trying to remove him. So that's a pretty bad omen. The wealth inequality gap is monstrous. And, people are starting to get pissed. And, the stock market keeps getting grinding higher, and we're way overdue for a correction. And what's that going to mean for gold? And I'm just talking about on a fundamental basis. Gold is going to scream higher. Now, from a technical viewpoint, it looks pretty valid. Like here we are on the 4-hour, and right at the end of the day here, we got a nice little lift out of gold. And, I would really like us to clear these numbers. We're at 1514 when the market closed today. That is a pretty significant high. If we get an open on Sunday and we get a gap higher, man, that's going to be a great signal. And you know what? If you didn't get in down here, don't worry about it because, breaking out of this wedge, just like those other wedges, Euro USD, the Dixie, the dollar index, like I showed you earlier, typically we will retrace to the top of this pattern, but more than likely, our next target is the 61.8 here, which is, 1580. And so that's going from this high, this all-time high here to the low that we experienced in 2016. So it's going to be an exciting week. There's a lot of stuff happening coming up. So get ready for it, man. So we are steamrolling into the holidays, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. So it's going to be action-packed. The impeachment proceedings begin this month. And my birthday's next week. So, but I don't think it's going to move the markets too much. But hey, thanks for watching. If you like what you heard, click on the links below. We have an amazing community, and I would love to mentor you and teach you everything it is that I know, because by doing that, it makes me a better trader. So, I love to help people. So, and I like to make new friends as well. So I'll be in London November 22nd through the 26th. I think I'll be in New Orleans on Monday for a trade show, which will be pretty cool. I haven't decided yet. Today's Friday, so I got to get a plane ticket if I'm going to go there. But I will be in London and we're going to have a meetup for VIP group. because we have a bunch of Londoners and British folk in the group. My cousins from over the pond. It's going to be sick, man. So it's going to be fun, and I'll probably just tell my story and hopefully inspire. And, you know, if anybody out there is like, dude, I have a great place, a great restaurant, a great, you know, meetup area, let me know, because then, you know, I'm just trying to figure that out right now. So that being said, have a great weekend, and I hope to see you in my VIP chat room. Click on the links in the bio or below if you're watching this on YouTube, and let's crush those markets, man. Let's get it. Adios.